The Odyssey of Alexander the Great, Master of Worlds. Welcome back, history enthusiasts and dreamers alike, to another episode on our channel, where today we voyage through time to the era of legends, to the story of a man whose name is etched in eternity, Alexander the Great. So sit tight, let your imagination take flight, and join me on this unparalleled adventure. Our story unfolds in the heart of ancient Macedonia, where, under the divine gaze of Mount Olympus, a boy was born, a boy predestined to surpass the very legends before him. This boy, Alexander, would grow to earn the epithet the Great through an insatiable quest for glory, a strategic mind that knew no equal, and a vision to knit the world into a single boundless empire. From his earliest days, Alexander was cradled in the art of kingship and war. Tutored by Aristotle, his intellect was honed, and his curiosity for the world was kindled. Yet, it was the clamor of battle, the dance of conquest, that truly called to his heart. By the tender age of 18, he had already tasted victory, his valor pivotal in the Battle of Chaeronea, securing Macedonia's supremacy over the Greek states. Ascending to the throne at 20, following the shadowy demise of King Philip II, Alexander was thrust into a realm teetering on the edge of disarray. With the swiftness of a thunderbolt, he quelled uprisings, solidifying his grip on the throne, a testament to his indomitable spirit and leadership. The Persian Empire loomed large in Alexander's ambitions, a colossus spanning the known world. In 334 BC, he embarked on a campaign that would forever alter the course of history. Through battles that tested the limits of human endurance and strategy, like Issues and Gaugamela, Alexander dismantled the Persian behemoth, his name becoming synonymous with invincibility. Even the fabled lands of India could not satiate Alexander's thirst for conquest. Yet, it was here, on the banks of the Hydaspes River, that Alexander's journey found its zenith. Despite his victory, the battle with King Porus unveiled Alexander's capacity for mercy and respect for valor, adding layers to the legend of the Conqueror. Alexander's dream of reaching the ends of the world was left unfulfilled, his march halted not by an enemy, but by the weariness of his own troops. The journey back was marked by hardship and loss, culminating in Alexander's premature death in Babylon, leaving behind an empire unparalleled in history, yet ephemeral in its unity. Alexander the Great, a tapestry of brilliance and ambition, vision and hubris. His saga teaches us the power of dreams, the impermanence of empire, and the timeless allure of the quest for glory. His legacy is not merely in the lands he conquered, but in the undying spirit of exploration and the pursuit of greatness that inspires us across the ages. Alexander the Great. While many know of his unprecedented conquests, there are layers to his story that remain shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Join me as we delve into the depths of history, uncovering the untold tales of Alexander's life, his character, and his legacy, the mystery of Alexander's birth. Our story begins in the ancient city of Pella, Macedonia, under the mystical canopy of the night sky. Legend has it that Alexander was born on the same night as the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus burned down, a symbol, some say, of one great light extinguishing as another ignited. Astrologers of the time proclaimed that this event marked the birth of a man who would leave an indelible mark on the world. A royal education. Alexander's intellect and curiosity were evident from a young age, nurtured by none other than Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of all time. In a secluded temple, Aristotle taught Alexander not just about philosophy, but also about medicine, science, and the arts. This education laid the groundwork for Alexander's approach to leadership and conquest, where strategy was coupled with a profound respect for the cultures he encountered. The horse that conquered an empire. One of the most captivating tales from Alexander's youth involves his taming of Bucephalus, a horse deemed untamable by many. Alexander, observing that the horse was frightened by its own shadow, turned Bucephalus towards the sun, calming him. This act of insight and bravery earned Alexander a companion for many of his battles, showcasing his unique understanding of the natural world. Alexander's vision of unity. While known as a ruthless conqueror, Alexander also harbored a vision of cultural fusion and unity. In a bold move to integrate his vast empire, he encouraged marriages between his Macedonian soldiers and Persian women in a mass wedding ceremony known as the Susa weddings. This was a part of his broader strategy to blend the cultures and traditions of the peoples under his rule, creating a mosaic of civilizations that would enrich his empire. The quest for immortality. Alexander's conquests were driven not just by a thirst for power, but by a profound desire to achieve immortality through legend. He visited the Oracle of Ammon at Siwa, where he was purportedly confirmed as the son of Zeus, fueling his belief in his divine right to rule the world. His journey to the Siwa oasis, deep in the Libyan desert, remains one of the most daring exploits, highlighting his relentless pursuit of divine endorsement. A cultural connoisseur, Alexander's fascination with culture and knowledge extended beyond mere conquest. He is known to have sent back to Greece a variety of artistic and cultural treasures from the lands he visited. His encounters with different civilizations enriched the Hellenistic world, introducing new art forms, literature, and philosophies that would shape Western culture for centuries to come. The unbreakable companion. Another intriguing figure in Alexander's life was Hephaestion, his friend, general, and possibly his closest confidant. Their relationship is emblematic of the deep personal bonds that Alexander formed, which played a significant role in his leadership style. The depth of Alexander's grief at Hephaestion's death suggests a connection that went beyond mere friendship, highlighting the personal losses Alexander endured in his quest for greatness. The Master of World. Unknown facts about his family and children. Alexander the Great's family and descendants are subjects enveloped in drama, intrigue, and tragedy, adding layers to the already complex story of Alexander's life. Let's explore some lesser-known facts about his family and children, further enriching our narrative. A royal lineage of heroes and gods. Alexander was born into a family that claimed descent from both Achilles and Heracles. His father, King Philip II, claimed ancestry from Heracles, the son of Zeus, while his mother, Queen Olympias, claimed to be a descendant of Achilles. This divine and heroic lineage was not just a matter of pride, but served as a crucial element of Alexander's perceived destiny to achieve greatness. Olympias, a mother of mystique and power. Olympias, Alexander's mother, was a woman of formidable influence and character. She was deeply involved in the religious and mystical practices of the time, often associated with the worship of Dionysus. Some ancient sources suggest she engaged in orgiastic rituals and snake worship, contributing to her enigmatic and sometimes feared reputation. Her devotion to Alexander was unwavering, and she was instrumental in securing his succession to the throne. However, her involvement in political machinations following Alexander's death led to her downfall and eventual execution. Roxana, a love story amid conquest. Among Alexander's several wives, Roxana, a princess from Bactria, modern-day Afghanistan, is often considered his favorite. Their marriage was not just a political alliance, but also a love match, at least according to some historical accounts. Roxana was renowned for her beauty and intelligence, and she bore Alexander a posthumous son, Alexander IV. The tragic fate of Roxana and her son, both eventually murdered in the tumultuous wars of succession following Alexander's death, underscores the vulnerability of those closest to Alexander in the wake of his empire's fragmentation. Alexander IV, the heir who never ruled. Alexander IV Aegus, the son of Alexander the Great and Roxana, was born after his father's death. His short life was spent as a pawn in the power struggles among Alexander's generals, the Diadochi. Despite being the legitimate heir, he never truly ruled and was assassinated before reaching adulthood, marking a sad end to Alexander's direct lineage. The facts that after his death, what happened to his family? After Alexander the Great's death in 323 BC, his family and closest relatives were embroiled in a tumultuous period of intrigue, betrayal, and murder that marked the early years of the Wars of the Diadochi. The successors. The absence of a clear successor led to a power vacuum, with Alexander's generals and family members caught in the crossfire of ensuing conflicts. Here's what happened to some key members of his family: Roxana and Alexander IV. Roxana, Alexander's widow, was pregnant with his son, Alexander IV, at the time of the Conqueror's death. In a bid to secure her son's succession, she had Alexander's other wife, Statira, the daughter of the former Persian emperor Darius III, murdered. Despite these efforts, both Roxana and Alexander IV became pawns in the power struggles among Alexander's generals. Eventually, in 309 BC, Cassander, who had declared himself king of Macedonia, ordered their execution to eliminate any threats to his rule. Alexander IV was only a teenager at the time of his death, having never ruled in his own right. Olympias, Alexander's mother, initially stayed in Epirus, her homeland, during the early years of the Successor Wars. However, she soon entered the fray to advocate for her grandson, Alexander IV's rights. In 317 BC, she seized the moment to advance her agenda, leading an army into Macedonia. Despite initial successes, she was captured by Cassander's forces in 316 BC. Cassander, wary of her influence and claim to the throne, had her executed, ending the direct maternal line of Alexander the Great. Philip III Audacious. Philip III Audacious, Alexander's half-brother, was proclaimed king jointly with Alexander IV after Alexander's death, despite his intellectual disability. Philip III's reign was in name only, as he was a puppet controlled by various generals vying for power. In 317 BC, Olympias had Philip III and his wife, Eurydice, executed as part of her attempt to consolidate power for her grandson, further illustrating the ruthless nature of the Successor Wars. The fate of Alexander's sisters. Cleopatra, Alexander's full sister, tried to forge alliances through marriage to maintain her status and influence after her brother's death. However, she became a victim of the political machinations of the Diadochi, being murdered in 308 BC by Antigonus Monophthalmus's orders, another of Alexander's generals who sought to eliminate potential rivals. Thessalonike, Alexander's half-sister, married Cassander and became the Queen of Macedon. She had a somewhat more fortunate fate than other members of Alexander's family, giving birth to 3 sons who would continue the Antipatrid dynasty, albeit for a short time. The city of Thessaloniki in Greece is named in her honor, commemorating her legacy. A dynasty scattered and diminished. The aftermath of Alexander's death saw his family caught in the vortex of ambition and betrayal that characterized the Wars of the Diadochi. His generals, who had once fought together under his banner, turned against one another in a brutal struggle for power, with Alexander's family members becoming casualties in their quest for dominance. The tragic fates of his family members underscore the volatile nature of ancient power politics and the fragility of dynastic legacies in the face of ambition and treachery. And so, dear viewers, we close the chapter on the epic saga of Alexander the Great and his family. A tale woven with the threads of ambition, power, and the indelible mark of one man's dream on the tapestry of history. Alexander's quest for glory led him to the ends of the known world, creating an empire that, though fleeting, would forever change the course of human history. Yet, as we've seen, the aftermath of his passing painted a stark portrait of the fragility of such an empire, built on the might of one individual. The fate of his family, ensnared in the web of succession wars, serves as a somber reminder of the impermanence of power and the oft-overlooked costs of greatness. The reflective question. This brings us to a pivotal question, one that resonates through the ages to our very present. In our own pursuits of ambition and success, how do we balance these with the virtues of compassion, integrity, and the well-being of our global family? Alexander's legacy teaches us that true greatness lies not just in conquests or achievements, but in the ability to inspire and unite people, to foster a legacy of knowledge, cultural exchange, and mutual respect, a modern morale. As content creators, storytellers, and individuals striving to make our mark on the world, the moral of Alexander's story offers a guiding light. In a world that often seems divided, his vision of a united humanity reminds us of the power of shared dreams and collective endeavors. It challenges us to look beyond our personal ambitions, to envision and work towards a future where success is measured by the positive impact we have on the world around us. In closing, let us take inspiration from Alexander's unparalleled journey, not just the triumphs, but also the trials and the lessons learned. Let us strive to build legacies that, long after we are gone, will be remembered not for the heights we reached, but for the hands we extended to lift others up with us. I hope you've enjoyed this journey into the past and found inspiration in the tale of Alexander the Great. If you did, please consider following our channel and subscribing for more explorations into history's most intriguing stories. Together, we'll continue to uncover the lessons of the past to illuminate the path forward. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop dreaming. This is StoryStellar Sagas, signing off. Remember to follow and subscribe for more epic tales from history. Farewell, fellow adventurers, and see you in the next story.